Hi, this is Jacob Anderson, and this is a video showing you how to use a multimeter ohm meter to test your Shopsmith Mark V motor electrically. So I've done two other videos, one of them showing you how to test your electric cord, and it also talked about checking your outlet, and a second video about how to test your on-off switch. If you're having problems with the motor starting or running, you need to go through these diagnostics. So if you've checked your outlet and you know it's fine and that your circuit is on, and you've checked your electric cord and electricity is getting through it fine, and if you've checked your switch, then the next step is to check your motor. And this is for cases where the motor is humming or not making any sound, or if it's blowing a breaker. So here's the next step. So you can get an ohm meter, multimeter like this, have it set on your ohm settings. You can check that it's working by just touching the leads together. But these motors have two wires that come out of it. If you touch each of the wires, they connect, because it's all they really are is the two ends of the coils inside. So that's how they should look. But what they shouldn't do is touching one of the wires and then touching the body of the motor. You shouldn't have any continuity, because that means the windings are fried at shorting. So you want to check that. So this was fine, no reaction with either of these wires. So, and you can also test your capacitor. On many of the motors, the capacitor is inside. This motor here I really like because the capacitor is external. Now, a multimeter doesn't really test a capacitor very good. There are special capacitor testers. I have this one. They cost like $50 or more. But you basically just clip it onto the two different sides of the capacitor. And the changing of the sound tells you the capacitor is good. So you don't want to go out and buy one of these for $50, but what you could do instead is take this capacitor down to a local motor shop and have them test the capacitor for you. If the capacitor is bad, they'll have them for sale. Or I sell them, but you know, electric motor shops should have them. Now, going even further inside, there's a switch that will turn the capacitor on and off. The capacitor is on just briefly on startup. A switch activates and disrupts that circuit with the capacitor. So there's a internal switch in almost all motors. There's one external box on the oldest GE 3/4 horsepower motor, but all the rest of them are inside. This is what the switch inside this box looks like. So you can even use your ohm meter to test that. Just simple two terminals. You just check for continuity when it's open and closed. Very simple. Right there, no continuity. When I push the sides together, I get continuity. You can visually inspect it. You can blow dust out of it. You could even try and touch it up with a small file. But there's 4 or 5 different versions of the internal switch, so you'll have to just look inside yours, and you could test it if you want, but you're going to have to get inside the motor to do that. So anyway, if the motor's humming, that shows you electricity is getting to the motor. It could be the capacitor's bad, could be that switch has a problem with it. It could just be the bearings are bad, either in the motor or in the upper part of the headstock. So with these troubleshooting ideas, you can eliminate some of the easier things and know deeper what the problem could be. So go to my website. This is the address for it. Tons of information there. You can buy parts from me. You can send me your headstock for repair. You can send components to me for repair. Lots of information there. Access to my web store. Access to all my YouTube videos that are free to the public. Currently 20 or more. So please take a look there. Lots of good information. Thank you.